Hi. Hi again.
Be royal and be a Stars fan. That's you.
This has been a rough pre-show. Been getting beat up a lot here today.
You need to be royal and be a
look
Stars
at it.
fan.
I mean-
you need to be royal and be a Stars fan. That's what you need to be. You hear me?
No.
Yeah, you do.
All right. Let's get it over with. What are we talking about?
Well,
I know it's coming.
Let's go a little bit serious, a little bit.
You wanna start off
let's
serious?
talk about what's happened at Missouri. Obviously,
Okay.
this is a topic that cannot be ignored.
Okay.
The football team threatened to cancel this week's game against BYU as a result of ongoing racial tensions that have been occurring at the school, and as a result, today the president resigned from Missouri as the president,
which was the goal of the football team.
which was the goal of not just the football
Well,
team,
right.
but the goal of this group that was which Missouri is a predominantly European American white, and they have a small African American population that, there was a lot of racial issues that was going on, and as a result, and that the president had not intervened and not done anything to address it. But the point is that you've seen first the 30 African American players, and that they went on and said they were going to protest, but then the team stood by them, and as a result, it put pressure on administration and the president in particular to resign. My point is, and we've touched on it a little bit, do you think that the players have power to dictate what happens in these administrations?
No, because
Why?
here's why. Because, when you're a player, you get your scholarship, you get a good education. I mean, it's like college football controls everything a university life does. And that's not what it's supposed to be like. Because, when you go to a school, yeah, you're going to have racial tensions. You know what I mean? Well, there's going to be tension. There's going to be,
Not every school has
Not every
that.
school has that.
Obviously,
But-
you just said that every school has.
Well, there's-
obviously, this is a very sensitive topic to talk about because of race.
Here's why I'm saying this. It's because you look at the situation that I feel like college football, college athletics have too much power, and it should be given to the school and the university, because the school, the main thing of the school's purpose is academic value, and and this sensitive topic, it reminds me a lot of and this is in the same state that had Ferguson. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Remember those riots? I mean,
Yes.
it's out of control, and I think college football has got way too much power right now. They really do, and they're controlling the university life right now, I think.
Ian?
I will agree that college football has way too much control on what happens at a university. And that was maybe, I guess, a good thing that we experienced at Oakland was there was no college football team,
Right.
which is a pro and a con because that leaves more resources for everybody else. But when you can take the football team has a certain amount of influence, right? And when they can take their influence beyond the football field and change policy, affect a topic that's larger than them, and can stand together as more than a team, but as a university, and stand for what is right, then I think, you got to applaud those players and the coaching staff for taking their influence and moving it from the football field to affecting change at the university level.
I mean, when you look at this situation, because it started with somebody, you know what I mean?
Racial tension.
Racial tension. It started with somebody I know, a grad student going on a hunger strike. I mean, this, I guess what this issue does now is because so many people are watching sports nowadays that they're taking their issues they're taking like the racial issues and making on the sports because you see that if they didn't get this issue addressed, then they weren't going to play a football game on Saturday. You know what I mean? Because football is a big moneymaker to the university.
Right.
And, to take this issue to that standard,
or that
level, there could have been other alternatives to have this addressed, but, to have this addressed into a sports perspective, not necessarily the best idea.
But that takes your big influence on campus, the football team, and they then become the ones that have to, create the change. I don't see a problem with it. I understand that there's a game to play and that
it could be addressed differently, though.
Sports are supposed to be separate from life.
Yeah,
sports are to kind of remove yourself from your problems and you watch for a couple hours and you enjoy yourself.
Right.
But these guys they're brothers in arms. And so to stand together for a cause that one man believes in, the whole team believes in, you got to...
Well, there was a rumor that not all of the Missouri team was on board with this.
True. But when the coach comes out and says, I'm on board, that makes the team on board, right? And which is what the coach did.
Speaking of talking about players and coaches, we're going to change topics. I want to talk about a situation that occurred in the OHL, the Flint Firebirds hockey team that plays in the OHL. Following their game, which was a victory over the defending champions, we'll touch on it a little. We'll touch on it a little bit more in the second subject, but the Flint Fire. I mean, you had the situation where the coaches got fired after the game by an owner because the owner's son wasn't
Wasn't getting enough playing time.
Yeah, right. And as a result, the entire team, including the son, quit or threw their jerseys, walked out, and quit.
Said if the coach is fired, we're done.
Right.
So then a couple hours later, you had the coaches were rehired, 3-year contract, and looks like the players are back. But is that another example of how players are influencing decisions on ownership?
Yes, because, they love to play for the coach. The coach is developing them.
He's their leader.
He's their leader. They might not have the best record, but he is their leader. And,
So do you like this instance?
No, because...
You don't like this instance?
Because, if a coach gets fired, assistant takes over, but if it's the whole coaching staff, then, you know what? I'm on board with it.
If it's the whole staff?
If it's the whole staff.
Interesting. I like what they did. You stick by your guy, and you can affect change.
Affect change.
If the team don't play, owner don't make money.
Right.
Right?
Really.
So players use their power.
It is what it is.
It's like a company employees going on strike. You know what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
It is what it is.
Well, when we come back, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about some more sports things here on Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Make a trip over to the Orion Arts Center to enjoy some family fun and fresh food at the 2015 Lake Orion Farmers Market. Every Wednesday through October 21st from 2 to 7 p.m., local vendors will bring their farm fresh produce, baked goods, and more for the parents while the kids have some fun playing games or making crafts. Remember to come often as vendors change from week to week as new crops come into season. For more information on the Lake Orion Farmers Market or to sign up as a vendor, visit lakeorionfarmersmarket.com.
When I'm in Lake Orion and I want to catch up on sports, I watch Between Taorminas.
Welcome back.
Oh, am I the host again? I didn't know. I thought Anthony was the host.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. Sammy, you want to start hosting?
No.
All right, why not?
Sammy
we got
just
Lions.
sits back and screams
Hey,
at
we
everybody.
got Lions. Woohoo. Hey, they made a move.
Whoa.
They made some moves.
Are you the host or not? I'm confused. You're running with this thing.
They made some moves. Your girl, Martha Firestone Ford, fired somebody today. A couple days ago.
Sammy, wait a minute. Time out. When we were watching that press conference together, you were saying how pretty you thought she was. So why is she my girl?
Sammy, continue. You see here, I'll tell you why he's your girl.
You liked her sunglasses.
No, you liked them because here's why. They finally made something right and fired Tom Lewan and Martin Mayhew.
You know why I think this happened?
Why?
I think she watched our show where we wore bags over our heads.
That could have been one.
Might have happened.
That could have been one. You might have been a genius on that one.
Who knows? Wasn't my idea, but you know.
Hey, they fired somebody. Now they're coming off a bye week and they're playing Green Bay. Who's lost 2 straight games?
And they're going to be upset.
Yep.
They got the Lions on their schedule. Aaron Rodgers is going to tear it up, I'm sure.
How many touchdowns do you think he's going to throw?
18.
I think he'll throw 5, but that's fine.
Listen, here's the deal. The Lions have been in upheaval, and they are in further upheaval, but do we think this has any chance to rally the troops to make the team play better?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think this can come across to the players and the coaching staff as, hey, our owner actually does care?
Yeah, she cares. But the question is, do the players care?
Well, a lot of them have to play for contracts, so
right.
I hope they care.
A lot of them have to play for contracts, yes. But we don't know what's going to happen to this franchise, especially when you look at what could happen to Matthew Stafford, what could happen to Calvin Johnson, what could happen to Jim Caldwell. You know what I mean? Because I think Caldwell's done at the end of the year anyway.
Yeah.
But you look at who the Fords will bring in.
It scares me, but
It does scare you.
It does scare me.
Because let's remember, you're looking at an organization that was ran by an idiot for the last 60 years, and they have not gotten this thing right. A lot of people have wanted Ford to sell the team, but Martha Firestone Ford made a statement by firing these two Ford loyalists. I call them jack clowns. But is it gonna save their season? No. Because I don't think they're going to get by Green Bay.
Well, their season was already done.
They're already done, but still.
You know what could be bad is if they actually do start winning.
Yeah, it could be really bad.
Change the draft pick that they could
Right,
potentially
it
get.
could change the draft pick. Right now, Lions have to currently sit with the #1 pick in the draft.
Because they're not making the playoffs, even if they win every game.
No.
The rest of the way out.
No.
So if they win every game, that moves their draft stock into like the 20s, which would be bad.
Yep.
You don't want that.
No.
But is this a nice job for an executive, for a GM, for a team president?
No.
Somebody that wants to make their way in the NFL world?
Depends. I mean,
Is this an attractive job at all?
No.
well,
And I know what he's going to say, but help me out here.
right now the Lions need help everywhere they can find.
Right.
I mean, it does sound attractive, but at the same time, this is the Detroit Lions. The culture.
True.
You have to fix the culture.
Exactly.
It's just like any program, you know.
Yeah.
You have to fix the culture of the program.
Right.
Right now, there's a losing culture going on in Lions
True.
football.
So imagine if you're a candidate, a GM candidate, you're out there with the Patriots or the Packers or somebody, and you're a couple notches below the head guy, and you've wanted an opportunity to make your mark. Where would you? I mean, this is a team with a rabid fan base. If the Lions were winners, this town would be nuts. They're nuts already, and they are probably the worst sports franchise in America.
Even worse than the Raiders?
The Raiders are winning.
Raiders
They got a good coach.
Yeah.
They got a decent quarterback.
They have a quarterback.
Yeah. Thank you, Derek Carr, my fantasy team. Anyways, you got a great fan base. You do. It's a good fan base. You got a decent stadium. It's indoors. You got potentially a top 5 draft pick coming up. And you got hopefully an ownership group that is like ready to win, ready to build this thing properly, because it's been in shatters and tatters for years.
Because you have one fraud of a man who's now officially dead.
True.
And you look at this, they're not ready. I'll tell you why. They're scared to come here because it's going to take somebody who's tough.
Yeah.
It's going to take somebody who wants to get in here.
Somebody with an edge.
Somebody with an edge. Somebody that says,
Matt Millen. Let's talk about the Spartans.
He's not done yet. Continue. We'll pretend we didn't hear that name.
Let's pretend we haven't heard that name.
Eminem. We didn't hear that
Matt
name.
Millen.
Shut up. Go on. Continue.
I can't say anything anymore because of Matt Miller.
Could you imagine if they hired Matt Millen?
You and me would be going like this.
I tell you what I would do. I would start the movement to move the Lions to London.
Yep.
Get them out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you think the Lions should hire Matt Millen, then I'd have no idea.
It's bad enough we got to watch him commentate on all of our Big Ten games.
I know.
Screw
Let's
you,
speaking of the
ESPN.
Big Ten, let's talk about Michigan State and what happened against Nebraska.
They got screwed. But their defensive secondary was completely atrocious. It should not have been in that game,
In that situation.
and it's going to cost them a playoff.
They put up 38 points
38
on
points
the road
on
at
the road
night,
in Lincoln.
and you give up 39. It's unbelievable.
What do you think about all those Michigan people rubbing it in on Twitter?
They remind me of you two a little bit. They hate us because they ain't us. You're the Stars. You're the Avalanche. You hate on the Wings because you ain't the Wings.
Hey, they lost.
One game.
They lost.
One
Shut
game
it.
in November.
They lost. Shut it. They're 12-3 right now.
But Michigan fans, what are they crying about? Their program's been terrible for years, and State's has been great.
hey,
and
we
so
can explain that.
There's one little area where they can pounce.
They'll get on it.
Uh-huh.
But let's
So I don't
explain-
think much of those people.
Let's explain that punt. Explain that punt. That should shut Michigan fans up.
Yeah, you could just play that video.
Yeah.
But you know what? The Spartans did get screwed by the refs.
Mm-hmm.
But they screwed themselves. They should not have been in a position where Danny Armstrong is driving down the field in 35
Tommy
seconds,
Armstrong.
90 yards.
Tommy Armstrong.
He stinks.
I know. He stinks.
Could you imagine if the Spartans had their 2013 defense with this
That
offense?
doesn't have a chance.
This team would be great.
I know.
It really is sad. And I'll tell you what, number 9, Nicholson, safety, where'd they get him from? He's terrible. Sam,
I know.
their secondary's terrible.
I know.
Their pass rush didn't get home.
It scares me because they play Ohio State and Penn State coming up.
J.T. Barrett must be just waiting, ready to.
Or Christian Hackenberg.
They could lose another 2 games.
I know.
Do they play at Penn State at night?
No, it's in East Lansing.
Is it?
It's in East
Okay.
Lansing.
Well, Michigan State plays Maryland. Michigan's got a tough test at Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
Indiana's not an easy team.
No.
No.
They
You know
could,
what?
They could get somebody.
I'm thinking this is the week Indiana gets somebody. Indiana's going to go and beat Michigan this weekend. Because they got a very good running back. Nate Sumfield's a good quarterback. I just think Indiana, they've been so close for so long. This is the week they get Michigan.
As a Spartan fan, real quick, do you want them to get Michigan?
As a Spartan fan, no. Well, no.
I say no.
Because
You want Michigan to win.
let's see here. Because Michigan State owns a tiebreaker on Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'd be nice if Michigan State can beat Ohio State and Michigan
Not
and
happening.
Ohio State can beat Michigan.
Yeah.
Then, no, if Michigan can beat Ohio State, then that means that Michigan State will be going to the Big Ten
Still
championship.
goes to the, yeah. Which, whatever. We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll be right back. We're going to talk about
Just trying to grab my
we're
ear.
going to talk about the Wings doing the job against the Stars here on Between Taorminas on ONTV.
Hello, Oakland County. This is Sammy Taormina talking OA Now. In it, we'll talk various stories from ranging from the state to Oakland County teams affecting the OAA. Catch us here on OAA Now.
Hello, Lake Orion. It's Anthony Taormina, co-host of Between Taorminas. I want to let you know of a new show called History Now. In it, we're going to talk about global, national, and political events that occur in our lifetime. We're going to also have guests and also have co-hosts as well, and also plenty of surprises. Catch us on History Now here on ONTV.
Hey, this is Mickey York from Fox Sports Detroit. When I want to get the inside scoop on local sports, I watch Between Taorminas or Fox Sports Detroit.
Welcome back to Between Taorminas here on ONTV. We got the Dallas Stars beating the Detroit Red Wings this week. Hey, where's my Dallas Star logo? Where's my Dallas Star logo?
NHL logo's
No,
fine.
it's not. Where's my Dallas
Maybe
Star
a
logo?
picture of Gary Bettman instead.
What? Gary Bettman's a terrible owner. Where's my Dallas Star logo? Hey! They beat somebody! Yay! Woo! You gotta give the Stars credit. Every Dallas Star fan is happy today because they beat the terrorist network known as the Detroit
Oh, all right.
Dead Wings. And they're 12-3.
What if your pitiful franchise actually won a game in the playoffs?
They're gonna
What
win.
would your reaction
They're gonna
be like?
make the playoffs, and they're gonna win with rightfully mine.
You won a game in November. Shut up.
I want a game.
It's not
in
even
November.
Christmas yet.
It's gonna be a good Christmas for me when the Dallas Stars make the playoffs and win what's rightfully mine. But you gotta give credit to what's credit due. Patrick Sharp scoring a goal, beating Jimmy Howard like that, and then of course Valley Nichushkin scoring in the first period, and then of course that third period was absolutely crazy when Jason Spezza accidentally used his knee on Jimmy Howard, almost gave him a concussion, and then I praise Alex Hemsky for what he did to Jonathan Erickson for what he did. That was a clean hit, and you know it. And Jonathan Erickson, you know what he does? He sucker punches somebody. He sucker punches poor Alex Hemsky, and he got what he deserved. And then Tyler Sagan hit an empty net to win, and also Cody Eakin hit an empty net to win.
Short-handed.
This Stars team is for real.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe what's going on here. Yes, Acme Wilson deserves to be rubbing it in over some Bonnie thing. Yep. Okay, so let's continue with the entertainment.
In no realm of civilized earth was that illegal or clean hit.
That was a clean hit.
It was dirty.
That was not dirty.
He left his
He
feet.
did not leave his feet.
He charged his head.
He did not charge his head.
It was dirty.
It was a clean
It
hit.
was
It was
dirty.
not dirty.
Erickson was pinned against the board.
Oh,
and
whatever.
Hemsky left
Oh,
his
whatever.
feet.
Hey, explain the sucker punches then.
If somebody charged at my head, I would punch them too.
And you ended up getting a penalty.
That was terrible.
That was great. That was a clean hit, and you know it.
I can't wait till we play Dallas again.
February 29th
I can't wait. Oh, the day before my birthday.
in Texas.
That's all I asked for, is somebody to take a two-handed chop right at that guy's back of his shins. Cut him down right there.
Hey, you deserve to lose. You have no one to blame but yourself.
I blame Ant.
No,
I blame Ant.
Don't blame him. You have no one to blame but yourself.
Woo!
You have no one to blame but yourself.
I blame
and you
Ant.
know it.
I blame Ant.
You have no one to blame but yourself, and you know it. A new star is rising. And I like to congratulate every Dallas Stars fan here who was in attendance at Joe Louis Arena. I love you all. Every Dallas Star fan in there at Joe Louis Arena. You guys were great. You guys were patriotic. You guys were spirited.
All six of you.
Shut up. And I also congratulate every Dallas Star fan there because they were great. They were awesome, and they're also very friendly people.
Okay, 'cause they're losers.
They're not losing.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we have seen who has won this argument between Acme Wilson and a loser known as who's called himself Ian Weatherspoon. I would say the winner of this argument here
Why are
is
you
Acme
Acme
Wilson.
There we go.
Why are you Acme Wilson?
That's one of my identities.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go to a new topic now.
Please.
Let's talk about you know we can bring up the kitty cat suit. But anyways, let's talk about the Detroit Pistons.
The playoff
They're
bound.
actually
They're
doing very well right now. They actually scored 41 points and beat the Portland Trailblazers. And then they got the Golden State Warriors tonight to continue their West Coast road trip. What do you think about the Stones, Mr. Ian Weatherspoon?
I love Stan Van Gundy. I think he's the best coach we've got in town out of the 4 major sports. I think the opportunity for him and for the Pistons to hire him is just a perfect match. And I know it's 6 games. But you're seeing what happens when you make an impact hire. You know what I mean? You're seeing what happens when you get the right guy for the right job.
Andre Drummond's been doing very impressive.
Andre Drummond, but it goes back to the the team that Stan and his team wanted to build. It opens up the floor for Andre's talent. I mean, he's got a 20-20 every night pretty much. It's absurd.
You should imagine when Brandon Jennings comes back.
You know what? I think you could say goodbye to Spencer Dinwiddie when that happens, but whatever. Him coming off the bench, he's got flash. He can score. He can shoot. He can drive. You hope that helps.
Then you got Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson, 40 by himself, 16-0 run last night in the fourth quarter.
26 in the fourth quarter. Tied Will Bynum.
Does the Pistons need help with depth, or do you think they have it?
Well, 6 games through, I was at the game where they lost to the Pacers when their bench just got torched.
Depends with their bench, because if their bench is
Just
bad,
pure bench.
if they need some depth. I think the pure bench.
But Brandon Jennings can help that.
He'll help
add some
that,
depth.
but you need maybe another forward, maybe.
Maybe. Yeah.
But you look at this Piston team. Are you sure is it going to last? Because you guys still
It is
got
early.
You still got Cleveland in that division. Chicago's in
Chicago.
that division. You still got to deal with Indiana, who's in that division. I mean, I don't know if the Pistons are a playoff team this year. I think they are next year. But when you look at this team, they're much better than people think right now. They're playing good basketball in the early stage. If they can get maybe another 10 more wins, I think that if they can go at least 10-3 in this next 13 games, then people are going to start talking about this team very seriously.
Well, we really can't judge them until, January.
Right.
But you like their youth. They're very young. KCP and Andre are like,
That's your typical
What are they,
Stan Van Gundy type
22?
of system.
but he's got young guys.
Future guys.
Yep. And been doing some reading. They're building a front office that's heavy on analytics and scouting, which is, new wave of sports, to have every conceivable piece of data. They sound like they're getting ahead of that. So, they got an owner that likes to spend.
Right, Tom Gorse.
Yeah, hopefully
He's probably right now the best owner in sports right now besides Mike Ilitch in Detroit.
in Detroit. You're going to have to go a long way to beat Ilitch. He's got a long track record of championships. And
Well, they're telling us we have to get going, Spoon.
oh, man.
See you later, everybody.
Not sure how I made it through
And
this
go
one.
Stars! Go Stars!